welcome to my channel. This is Wad Kwakarin, and my name is Water Mike. And in this video, we're going to be looking at the rate of a chemical reaction. And I hope and believe that you have a basic understanding of the meaning of a reaction. And then we are just going to actually extend this kind of a reaction with speed or the rate. Okay. So as you can see, I'm looking at rates of a reaction. So now, when you talk about the rate of a reaction, we are simply trying to understand how fast or how slow a reaction is. Okay, most of you normally, I'll give a practical example, like when you're washing, you tend to put water, you get water, you put it in a dish, and then you also get some, soap or surf, whatever you may call it. When you try to kind of soak the cloves so that the soap, okay, whichever chemical you're using, okay, let's say boom. So you want to actually, that boom get into the cloves so that when you come and wash, okay, it's just quite an easy and obviously so fast that the dirt is removed. Okay, so you're looking at how fast can a reaction occur. Okay, when you mix the boom with the water and then you put the cloves in the water mixed with the boom. So you don't want to actually wash them then, because it's kind of very difficult for the dirt to react with the chemical that's in the boom or the surf. Okay, so in this video, that's what exactly we are going to look at. But before we dive into that, I just want to ask you to do me a favor, that if you're new to this channel and you have not subscribed to my channel, please support me by just liking the channel and also subscribing so that you never miss or actually any of these kind of videos that I'm actually giving you. And that's how I get motivated. The more people view, the more people support me, the more I get to produce more of these videos. Okay, so now without much further ado, let's now jump into that. Okay, so I gave you an example of washing. Okay, just something of most of you have seen people constructing. Okay, so we have washing. Okay, and then we also have construction. Okay, something like that. And then also maybe rusting. Okay. So when you look at the three examples that I've given you, these are real life examples that I'm trying to give you so that we get a better understanding of what that is all about. So when you look at washing, for example, we tend to wash, we add water, we get the soap or the chemical, whichever brand you want to buy, boom, whichever. So kind of mix. Okay. So when you try to mix the water, okay, plus the chemical, let's say washing powder. Washing powder, okay, so now you put the cloves, okay, you put the cloves in the dish and then the water and the washing powder, okay, it can be boom, it can be extra, it can be any of that, okay. So most of the time your cloves tend to be so dirty that you don't want to actually put everything just there and then start washing. Okay, so in this case, when you're talking about a chemical reaction, the rate of a reaction, meaning the speed, how fast is the washing powder actually going to react with the dirt. Okay, so sometimes the dirt can also be the chemical itself. So you want to actually know how that is going to play out. Okay, so that's also an example that you can give out. Okay, and then when you look at construction, when you talk about construction, you have seen most of the people that do construct, maybe they are making the concrete, they make the concrete, they mix it, but it takes quite, it is very slow, okay, for the concrete to harden, okay. So you are looking at how fast and how slow is the concrete hardening, okay. So that's a real example when it comes to the rate of a reaction, okay, the speed, how fast or how slow, a product is being formed or something is being used up, okay. And then the last little example is we can talk about is rusting, for example. You have seen that I've noticed that when you get a knife and then you put it in water, so depending on the kind of the metal that the knife is made out of, okay. For example, if the knife metal is made out of let's say iron, okay, and then you leave the knife in water and then you come and get it out the following day, you will discover that the iron, okay, and also the water has been actually, reacting, okay, and you kind of see some of these reddish kind of the color that is formed, covering the iron, okay. So that's also a real example when you're looking at, the rate of a reaction in that sense, okay, where we see how fast the rust can be formed, okay, or how slow the rust can be formed, okay. Now, moving on, when you look at in the sense of a chemical reaction, okay, so because this is chemistry, so we have to actually understand it more in terms of chemistry, okay. For example, when you get a reaction, okay, get a reaction like want to say a reaction of this is okay. So when you look at this in more details or in more sense, the chemical reaction, okay. So you're looking at silver nitrate and also sodium chloride, okay. Silver nitrate plus sodium chloride, okay. So you have to understand when you're trying to produce something in the lab, okay, in the laboratory, when you have two reagents or chemical reaction, okay, so you want to actually see how fast are the product going to be formed and how slow is the product going to be formed, and if possible, how fast are these reacting together in order to produce a product, okay. So you must be able to understand that when you're talking about a rate of a chemical reaction, we are simply trying to understand how fast are we making something, how slow are we making something, okay. When you have a car, you drive by, you want to actually pump out the fuel at the filling station, okay. So you want to look at how fast is a pump pumping out the fuel, the petrol, the diesel from that tank into your car. So you want to say maybe the pump is pumping maybe 50 liters per minute or 50 liters maybe per hour, something like that, okay. So you want to understand how fast the machine is in actually doing that kind of a process, okay. So in this kind of a reaction, you can look at silver nitrate and sodium chloride, okay. So this is going to be this is going to form okay. So in more sense, this is in a more chemical sense, this is you're looking at silver nitrate and then sodium chloride, sodium chloride. Okay. So chemistry is all about chemical reaction and stuff like that. So make sure you do understand the symbols, you know, kind of compounds, things like that. Okay. But I've got a video that I produced. If you're stuck about understanding chemical reaction, please just check out one of those my videos that I produced. Okay, so that you have a clear understanding of what we are really actually talking about. So this is going to be silver. It's going to be silver chloride. Okay, so this is gonna actually react with this one, and then this, okay, is gonna react with this one. Okay, so we're going to have sodium nitrate. Okay, so we're going to have sodium nitrate. Okay, now what you're talking about is we are not talking so much about you know, the chemical reaction and stuff like that, but that is also necessary. Okay, it is necessary for someone who wants to understand and obviously have a clear, you know, and a deep understanding of what chemistry entails or what chemistry is all about. But nevertheless, now when you look at the two chemical reaction, maybe I'm interested to actually, you know, produce this kind of a salt like sodium sodium nitrate, okay, and silver chloride. Okay, so I'm interested in making this, okay, because if, for example, in the chemical industry, for example, manufacturing industry that makes these chemicals, they have to understand how fast are we producing this kind of a compound. Let's say, for example, a fertilizer they are producing, or is it something that is a domestic chemical that is being used in homes or houses and things like that? Or is it something that is so demanding that we understand that how fast are we producing that? Okay, so if you're new to my channel, once again, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't actually miss this kind of a video. So please subscribe, like, and also share with your relatives, families, and friends. So this is a Radko Academy. I'll see you in the next video, and it's bye-bye. God bless you.